Welcome back to the channel, and for today's video we'll be taking a look at Atlantis: The Lost Empire. Now, this movie came out in 2001, Disney animated film, and I remember watching it at the time it came out. I was still a kid and I liked it then, but I haven't seen it since then, so this almost feels like it's a fresh watch because I don't remember anything about this movie. How about you?
I mean, I remember a lot. I used to play the game a lot when I was a kid, so I know a lot about the movie.
Oh, so you do remember, but do you remember watching it?
Yeah, I mean, I remember a lot. But like you said, even if I haven't seen it in decades, so even if I think I remember, it's going to be, you know, a whole new experience because it's been a while.
All right, so I guess we're kind of going into this fresh, so just sit back and check out Atlantis: The Lost Empire. And also, before we begin, make sure you click that subscribe button if you want to see more of our reactions to old movies. And also, if you can, click that like button or dislike it if you don't like it. I mean, either way, I mean, just make sure you let us know what you think about this, and also leave a comment below too. So let's get into it. This is Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
You had enough time to stop and say that, though.
Gabriella, you should be running while you're saying that.
After comparing the text to the runes on this Viking shield, I found
shields aren't that heavy.
One of the letters had been
I think they're trying to prove how weak he is, though.
By changing this letter and inserting the correct one, I plotted the route that will take myself and a crew to the southern coast of Iceland to retrieve the journal. Showtime.
That's not a very detailed map. I mean, it's just like an outline of Iceland, then just a line. Where are the mountain ranges? Where are the rivers or any other obstacles?
You want to draw with chalk?
Huh?
You want to draw with chalk?
I mean, if this is your map, it's like, is it supposed? Shouldn't it be a little bit more detailed?
Wait, how did you find us?
Clearly, they're not interested.
Yeah, clearly.
I mean, I don't think trying to present your proposal to them will even work.
There are always eccentric billionaires that are willing to fund these kinds of things, though.
Yeah, but those guys clearly aren't interested.
Clearly, yes.
It's from my grandfather.
He brought that package to me years ago. He said if anything would have happened to him, I should give it to you when you were ready.
Mr. Whitmore, my grandfather would have known if this were a fake. I would know. I will stake everything I own, everything that I believe in, that this is the genuine Shepherd's Journal.
All right, all right.
I mean, that's awfully quick.
I'll get funding.
I mean, he hasn't done anything to actually verify that it's true.
That's true. I mean, he did look and stuff, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a...
Yeah, before I would take everything on and I'd be like, okay, I just want to at least take the weekend with it to make sure it is what it is.
Especially since you've never met this guy before. You don't know that he's actually like your grandfather and stuff.
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
That would be lettuce.
Lettuce. Lettuce.
It's a vegetable cookie. The men need the 4 basic food groups.
Not really.
4 basic food groups: beans, bacon, whiskey, and lard.
I mean, that's not bad.
Pack it up and move it out.
I mean, I could live off of that.
All hands to the launch bay. Final loading in progress.
I don't drink, so I'd only have 3.
Well, then you're missing an essential.
I prefer a good Western myself.
Pretty impressive, eh?
Ha ha ha. It's because it's James Garner voicing him.
Is he a Western star or something?
Yeah, like old school Western movies.
Oh, that's funny.
This will be small change compared to the value of what we're going to learn on this trip.
Yes, this should be enriching for all of us.
Looks like they were incorporating 3D animation into this. I actually like the way they're doing it here, though.
They do a really good job about that. It's seamless, or it's not as.
It's not something. It doesn't look like it's out of something different.
Yeah.
Attention. Tonight's supper will be baked beans. Musical program to follow. Who wrote this?
Tell Cookie to melt the butter and bring out the bibs. I want this lobster served up on a silver platter.
Load the torpedo bays, subpod crews, battle stations.
Are they actually going to do that?
I don't think metal would taste very good.
I mean, Can't knock it till you've tried it.
Looks like all our chances for survival rest with you, Mr. Thatch. You and that little book.
We're all gonna die.
Okay, people, saddle up. Lieutenant, I want this convoy.
It's a part of exploration, though. They always know that there's a risk of death.
I mean, there's yes, there usually is. Especially if you're going to like the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, we've been pretty tough on the kid. What do you say we cut him some slack?
Yeah, you're right. Hey, Milo, why don't you come sit with us?
Yeah, why were they tough on him? It's not like
You don't mind?
it's his fault.
Here.
I don't know.
This is great.
He's like, I was on the boat when it blew up, and are they like blaming him?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you must have read it a dozen times by now.
I know, but this doesn't make any sense.
If I get this wrong, we're all dead down here, so
Yeah.
I think I should be able to read it as much as I think I need to.
Exactly.
Power source the legends refer to, but then it cuts off. It's almost like there's a missing page.
Kid, relax. We don't get paid overtime.
I know. Sometimes I get a little carried away. But hey, that's what this is all
But it's a
about,
hobby
right?
for him. It's not just, yeah.
Yeah.
Adventure.
And also, they'll die if he's wrong.
Maybe you're just in it for the money.
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 I'm gonna say money.
I'm gonna kill him. Thatch, go back to bed.
I mean, I think someone would be on fire watch.
Get us into those caves. Move it.
Well, yeah, but you're in the middle of nowhere, too, and they've already run into a Leviathan. You would think that they would have a watch anyway.
Yeah, you should have at least some watch.
Who are you? Where are you going? Hey, wait a minute! Who are you?
But I take that back.
Holy cats, who are these guys?
They gotta be Atlanteans.
What? That's impossible.
Stop. Do weren top. Let's all do panic up.
Prawitim dan ganak making you gibletot bet kaperekekis.
Their language must be based on a root dialect. It's just like the Tower of Babel.
Well, maybe English is in there somewhere. We are explorers from the surface world.
Welcome to the city of Atlantis. Come, you must speak with my father now.
Well, that's convenient.
I was gonna say,
Yes, sir. The rendezvous at
I mean, there's always like a root. We do Latin. We don't know Latin, though.
No.
He's crying.
Yeah.
That was really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
What they have to teach us, we have already learned.
Our way of life is dying.
Our way of life is preserved. Kida, when you take the throne, you will understand.
So how'd it go?
Well, the king and his daughter
That seems
don't
like a weird
exactly
concept
see
considering
eye to
that they were
eye.
alive
She
when
seems like
the
us,
city
okay,
collapsed.
but the king, I don't know, I
So
think
it's
he's
not like
hiding
they'd
something.
forget.
Well, if he's hiding something, I want to know what it is.
What? It looks like.
Do they have those all over the place, or did she just happen to be like, oh, I want to show you something, and it's just right here?
Perhaps if
Well, she did show him the path to where she wanted him to go.
Place.
Yeah, but that
She
was
dragged
before
us
she knew
over.
about the book.
Yes, I have done that.
Gently place.
Yeah, but I wonder how advanced Atlantis would actually be as comparison to how what we are now.
I mean, I know there's those theories about civilizations that were far more advanced than where we're at now that have since been lost, but don't really know much about that. What were the gas masks for?
So they don't have to draw characters?
Oh, okay.
Instead, we find a living.
It's an easy way to distinguish bad guys. You just put them in a gas mask, and for some reason, it always makes you look evil.
Fiery column of death.
We are like a stone the ocean beats against.
How could their culture be dying when it's literally only just one culture there?
I don't understand that either.
I could do.
I mean, you could say your civilization is dying. I could get that, but saying your culture is dying, that doesn't make sense.
That's why I said, and they haven't even really advanced or anything since the flood, so I don't understand how they could just forget how to use cards and stuff. It's not like we would forget if we only had one thing and we didn't advance.
Yeah, I mean, it would... Yeah, I mean, because you would think if there was a way into there, then they would have found a way out of it with the technology.
Pretty good. It's good.
That'd be a very difficult swim.
How does he... Oh, they have air pockets and stuff, don't they? You have to find air pockets.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just free diving that way, navigating, that'd be very difficult.
Good. Follow me.
I mean, that's more than just like, oh yeah, I can swim pretty good. It's like, no, that's a very technical type of swimming.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on? What's with all the guns? Guys?
It's time we get paid.
Mm-hmm. Brooke, for the last time, you've got to listen to me. You don't have the slightest idea what this power is capable of.
True, but I can think of a few countries who'd pay anything to find out.
I was gonna say, if it's like a battery. Then again, if there's only one way to get it, like there's no way to duplicate it.
I'm curious how you'd actually plan on getting that out of there.
The kings of our past.
I mean, they barely made it there to begin with.
You made it mad. Prepare to fight the final boss.
Yeah.
I don't like this place.
All the masks are floating around, and they have their own different elemental powers that you have to fight individually.
Imagine being the king with that tiny little one. You know, look at these really big ones, and you have this tiny little one.
Oh yeah.
Like that one.
Just wasn't as good of a king.
Apparently.
They can't all be great. Oh, she's the final boss. Got it. I do like how the water does that. It kind of goes around her like that.
She's got a shield around her.
Yeah, it's just kind of a cool looking effect.
Don't touch her.
Let's move, people.
Honestly, I'm surprised that hasn't already been broken.
Suggestion. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, taking a picture with you is one thing, but like taking a picture in a frame, that's a little
A
weird.
glass frame.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're all gonna die.
Well, yeah, they're taking the life source away. If you stay, you're gonna die.
Oh, you can't be serious.
I mean, instead of staying back like that, I mean, you could have, you know, like done something.
It will accept no other.
Wait a minute. Choose.
Does that mean that you married somebody that was she the royal? Then you married her, or were you? Is this incest?
Probably. I mean, that's how royals seem to roll.
In return, it provides power.
Oh, that camera hits. I'll take that one.
Right. Before turn back, keep your hand on the pad.
Saddle up, partner. Bring jerky and ammo.
That's actually not bad.
I was gonna say, jerky. That sounds good.
All right, this is it. We're gonna rescue the princess. We're gonna save Atlantis. Or we're gonna die trying. Now let's do it.
So does that mean Kita is a Disney princess?
Yeah, she has been. Yes.
Oh, she
and
is.
people point that out all the time. That she's a Disney princess that never gets any recognition.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it's like you don't really hear anything about this movie.
Yeah, people point that out all the time.
Yeah, because you hear more about Kyrie being a Disney princess than Kita.
Yeah, but she doesn't deserve the Black Cauldron princess treatment. Like, she's like, this is an actually good movie.
Yeah, it's actually not.
I've never seen the Black Cauldron, so I don't know if. But I know it's not a very it's not a very popular movie.
Great. Well, do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, don't get shot.
It's a good suggestion.
Yes, thank you for that.
But they did tell you where they were gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm surprised all these generic bad guys lived.
I'm surprised they had all this equipment when they were escaping their exploding submarine.
Yeah.
Just hit the balloons.
Yeah, I really wish I had a better idea than this.
Kamikaze.
Banzai.
Well, you told him to hit the balloons.
That's it, unless someone wants to jump.
Ooh, rope burn.
Oh, watch your head.
To hand it to you, you're a bigger pain in the neck than I would have ever thought possible. I consider myself an even tempered man. Takes a lot to get under my skin. But congratulations, you just won the solid gold Cupid doll. Tired, Mr. Third? That's a darn shame. 'Cause I'm just getting warmed up.
That's not a superpower. Ouch.
I was gonna say, where's the wreckage?
And there's the explosion.
The volcano! She awakes!
Yeah, like that's not a, that's super hot even though it's not like erupted yet. It'd still be really hot. Also, are there gases that are released and stuff?
Yes, yeah, there would be. So they're an island nation with a bunch of giant robots, and are we sure they're not just Japanese?
I was gonna say mechs.
They're Gundams.
Aww.
Patty cake!
Mm-hmm. Make me a shield as fast as you can. Oh, he's not a nerd anymore. He got a tattoo. Now he's cool.
For some reason, his tattoo is just like Asian characters.
Oh, he got a big one. He probably freaking ruled the longest out of all of them.
I mean, with the technology they have, they should be able to, I mean, they can send them to the surface with all their treasure, so why do they need to be shut off from every other civilization?
Because they don't want to. They don't want to lose their culture or anything, and it's a long way. It's a long exploration.
But still.
I think that the modern world hasn't caught up yet. I think that they might later, but if the modern world's caught up, but...
Oh, I mean, that was Atlantis. No, I thought that was actually pretty good.
That is really good.
You can tell because even though the Disney was going through the golden age at the time, other studios were trying to do their own thing, and this feels like Disney trying to replicate what some of those other studios were doing, like DreamWorks at the time when they were coming about.
Okay.
Because that's kind of the vibe I get, because this doesn't feel like a Disney movie at all. It does seem like something that you would have seen from DreamWorks. For instance, I mean, this is significantly more violent than what you would see for other Disney movies.
There's a lot of like adult humor, or older kids humor.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even say humor. I mean, but like I said, like there was a lot of deaths and stuff, and this one, and a lot of violence, and it's like you don't normally see that in action movie, or not action movies, in Disney movies. Especially of the time. I mean, even at the time when they were a little bit more darker, they were usually more, I don't know, it was more light than what, like, it was always that stereotype of like, oh, the Disney villain just falls from a high place and you don't see anything. It's like, no, it's actually pretty horrifying what happens to Rourke at the end of this one. It's like, no, that's kind of a brutal death for a villain. It's like, you don't usually see that.
Like I said, I love this movie. I think that...
So it kind of holds up from what you remember.
Oh my gosh, yes. I know why I like the movie and I like the game and everything. Yes, this is great, yeah. I'm just shocked that this isn't as popular, but I wonder if it is just because it's more of a it was like a test thing. It wasn't like a super popular, and it's not like the normal Disney brand, like you said, like with the Disney princesses and the music and what everybody's used to coming out of Disney. It's grounded. It's more. I
think that's kind of why this is more forgotten as far as Disney movies go, especially from that era, because it's so different from the other ones that we've seen. It doesn't. Maybe that's what you were saying. Like it was just kind of seen as a test, and I can't remember how this did at the time. I mean, maybe it just didn't do too well. So like, oh, we tried something. We tried to do what DreamWorks is doing. Didn't work out, so they just kind of abandoned it altogether.
I like the animation in this. I like 2D, obviously. That's my favorite. But the way that the 2D and the 3D like meshed together, it didn't seem like it was off. There's like maybe 1 or 2 points where I was like, oh, that's so obviously 2D versus 3D, but it wasn't as jarring as some of the other films.
Because at this time frame, 2D was still very much a thing. 3D, it wasn't necessarily new because when did this come out? 2001. When did Toy Story come out? That was like 90s.
VeggieTales, I think VeggieTales was the first like 3D.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like 3D was still fairly new, but they were kind of working through it at the time. Even Disney had been using it since the early 90s, or actually even the late 80s. At this time frame, this was kind of at that point where it's like 3D started coming in like more prominently, and then 2D was kind of starting to get phased out. So in a way, it's like it kind of has that perfect mix because like we reached the peak of 2D. And now we're moving into another thing. And at that time, they've kind of worked out at least the initial growing pains, so they kind of knew what they were doing and how to incorporate it. What about the characters in this one? What do you think about
I like, even when I was a kid, I loved Milo because I was a little nerd. Oh, yeah. I loved books, and I didn't really fit in and everything. And I would go out and read and stuff over talking to people. And then when I got older, I chose manga over people. So, well, yeah, I've always been a little.
That was kind of me as a kid too. Never had glasses though, but and I wouldn't say I was like nerdy because I was usually significantly taller than most people.
Oh, but, yeah.
But no, it's like that was my pastime, was like reading encyclopedias.
Oh yeah,
like that. So yeah, like I said though, I don't remember too much about it when I first watched it as a kid. I just remember thinking it was pretty good, but I did like a lot of the characters and all the side characters. They were kind of one note, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing for what this was, because it did kind of keep things moving along because you didn't really have to dive too much into each individual character. You got enough to know like kind of what their deal is, and they all had their own individual style and personality to them. And it's like, okay, you have the doctor, the explosive person, the what is it, the geologist or digger type thing. I mean, I guess Mole's just digger. You had their mechanic. It's like, okay, fine, you established the characters.
Cookie and the girl on the comms, they were probably the weakest in my opinion, but the others, like I always really liked the female mechanic, and I obviously everybody likes dynamite, everybody likes blowing stuff up, so yeah, I think like they have, like you said, they were one note, but I think that their personality stood out. Like I was going to talk about,
they fleshed him out more than they probably needed to for this. I think, I mean, it could have been more, but I think it was more than what they went a little bit above and beyond, I think. So overall, though, I would say this was a pretty solid movie, though. Like I said, haven't seen it in decades, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty good one, though, and I think I probably will check it out again. I believe there might be a sequel to it or something.
There is, but I've never seen the sequel. Like, I don't.
No, I've never.
Is it like a straight to movie or DVD kind of a thing?
Yeah, and that's the thing about Disney movies is they've had lots of good movies and they had those straight to video.
Yeah.
At the time, that was kind of, they were infamous for just their straight to video ones that weren't very good. What did you think though? So. Recommend it?
Of course I recommend this movie. This is a good movie. I wish more people would like this movie. I hate that it's like this. I feel like it's been a, what is that, memory hold or something? Yeah. Like a lot of people just either forget about it or they're like, I think like this movie, people should go back. They should rewatch it. I love this movie.
In a way, it feels kind of appropriate because it's kind of like that lost gem of a Disney movie. That's kind of like representative of the movie itself. Like they're looking for this lost treasure, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of what this movie, in a sense, is. I'm not going to tell Disney to say like you need to remake more of your stuff though, because they have a problem of doing that anyway.
If you know any more animated steampunk movies, I would love to watch them because I love that kind of thing. So if you have any recommendations for that, that'd be awesome.
Leave a comment below if you do have any recommendations for stuff like that. Maybe we'll check them out on the channel. But if you want to keep up to date and maybe see one of those videos, if you leave a comment, maybe try subscribing to the channel because we'll be posting more and stuff, and maybe something on one of those type of movies. And also just a reminder to like that video too, because it really helps us out, and also share this with your friends in case they haven't seen it before. Got anything else to say?
No.
Okay.
Just watch Atlantis.
Yeah, just watch Atlantis. All right. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.